You're watching the Sports Central Podcast.
Miguel Rojas, what a pleasure to bring you on the Sports Central Podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to spend a little bit of time with you guys and talk baseball and life with you guys for sure.
Well, it's not every day we get a World Series hero on the show, so it's really exciting. And I think we should just start with that because I'm sure you never get tired of talking about top of the ninth, Game 7, 1 out, full count, Rojas at the plate. What do you remember from that moment?
Yeah, I remember the pressure and kind of like the expectations of kind of getting on base and give Shohei an opportunity to tie the game or put us ahead. You know, when you're playing with the best player in the world and you have the privilege of hitting in front of him, you know a couple things are going to happen. They're not going to try to walk you. They're going to throw you a strike, and then you're going to have an opportunity to get on base by moving the ball forward. And that was my mentality at that time. I wasn't trying to be a hero. I wasn't trying to hit a home run in the World Series to tie the game for sure. But I think good things happen when you keep it simple and you're just trying to help the team and trying to do your job. So my job at that time was kind of like move the ball forward and trying to get a base hit and get on base. I ended up getting a really good at bat, got a pitch to hit later in the count, and I hit a homer. So it was kind of refreshing to see Shohei with the arms up in the air and kind of celebrating because I'm pretty sure it took a little bit of a weight off his shoulders right there. So I'm excited that I was able to do that, and I mean, super proud of the way that the guys finished the job.
It was just so incredible. You know, Kike was ahead of you. He struck out. So when you got to the plate, and you had incredible patience during that at-bat, when you made contact, did you realize that it was going to go out of the park? You're thinking,
well,
just get on base.
I hit it good. I made good contact with that ball, but I mean, 3-2 count, and I'm facing a right-handed pitching. It was a slider. I was kind of hit it out front a little bit, and I didn't know if it was going to go over the fence, but I thought I did my job, which is like getting on base. I thought I was going to get a double at least out of that, you know, because it's a kind of tall wall over there in Toronto. So, yeah, when the ball went over the fence after a long at-bat, like I said, it was refreshing, kind of a lot of emotions, you know, with the things that happened with my family and me not being able to play the last couple weeks due to roster kind of talent that we have, and for me to step in that situation and kind of like do my job and kind of help the team win those last 2 games, it was really cool.
And then you had the defensive play in the bottom of the ninth too.
Yeah, I mean, that play is one of the ones that I feel more proud of.
The defensive play.
Yes, the defensive play, because that's what I'm there for. You know, when Doc put me in the lineup is to kind of like inject that energy, leadership, kind of like the veteran role that you play in this game in this clubhouse. That's what I'm there for, you know. And my defense is always being kind of like my first thing that put me in the map in the big leagues. So for me to be able to make that play in the bottom of the ninth when it count the most, you know, you can't really miss that ball because you lose everything that you play for the whole season. So that play kind of like make me feel really good and proud of the way that I handled that situation.
But without the home run in the top of the ninth, that bottom of the ninth would be a different situation. And people expect the defensive, you know, effort from you. So I would think that the home run, you know, it made me laugh that people said the unlikely home run from Miguel Rojas.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair for them to say that because if you see the numbers the last couple of years of my career, I haven't really played much against right-handed pitching. My good numbers offensively come against left-handed pitching. So in that situation right there, I'm not supposed to hit a home run.
But that's why it's so much better.
It's so much better, and it make it so much I don't know, interesting to see a guy like me fighting for an opportunity to be in that situation and happy to be there, but at the same time feeling like inside of me there's not a better hitter at the plate at that moment. You know, I'm not gonna tell that to anybody, but at the end of the day, that's how I feel every single time I get the opportunity. I know I can help. I know I can handle this situation, and I'm just like Um, I can't really describe the emotions that I have rounding the bases because I know we just tied the game and we need to play another inning if we don't score another run. And regardless, if we score another run, we gotta close the deal in the ninth. But I got all my confidence that we were in a good situation because Yoshinobu Yamamoto was on the mound and he was almost unhittable.
Yes, he was. I mean, that was just such an exciting series, such an exciting season. But how many times did you rewatch that ninth inning?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot for a little while because everything after the World Series, baseball is done, and then all you're doing is rewatching the last couple games, right? And obviously nowadays with social media, all you can see is kind of like your timeline or your feed is full of the same videos over and over. The double play, the play at the plate, the play at second base in Game 6, the home run, the Will Smith homer. So it was a lot of emotions rewatching that over the off season, and that give you the motivation to kind of like want to do it again, you know. And that's what keeps this team motivated. That we have that, we remember all those moments and how cool it is to kind of like coming from behind in this World Series and then winning the other one in 2024 with a little bit of more breathing room, but still coming from behind. That's always a really good history behind like every win and every World Series. So that keeps us motivated and kind of like that's what we need to continue to go.
So what's the motivation for this year? First team to reach 60 wins this season. It's going well for the Dodgers again. What are the expectations? What's the motivation? What's the driving force?
Yeah, I mean, the expectations obviously winning another World Series. That's what the organization did after the World Series was over in 25. They went out there and acquired new talent that is going to help this team win, right? Plus getting those guys back that weren't completely healthy at the end of last year. Like Kike was playing with something, and Tommy Edman have to get surgery, and then Freddie last year was kind of like up and down with his ankle. That's the motivation. The motivation is being full force when it matters the most, which is October, and we are always striving to play in that moment with the best team that we can. So that's why it's so important for us to kind of continue to stay healthy throughout the season, because we know if we're healthy late in the year, we're going to have a really good opportunity. Every other team are trying to get better too, and they're having good seasons. But at the end of the day, it's all about us. It's all about what we can control, coming here every single day, trying to win every single night, and we have a pretty good opportunity because the roster and the talent that we have out there is second to none in the big leagues, and we need to. All we have to do is go out there and do our work. So that's our motivation. Our motivation is coming here every single day to work towards a goal, which is winning that day. And then after that, we can really control the rest.
Right, one day at a time.
That's it.
When you look at the overall big picture of your career, and having played with the Dodgers, then you left for a few seasons. They go to the World Series, it seems like every single season. And then you get traded back, right, from the Marlins back to the Dodgers. Are you thinking, man, I missed the World Series runs that they were on? And I mean, could you have guessed that you would have had the chance to be a two-time World Series winner when you came back?
Well, it was a perfect opportunity for me to do it. I think I started approaching the back end of my career. I didn't know how much longer I was going to be able to play. My contract was going to be up after that year, and I was excited to be a free agent because, I mean, sometimes when you're in that part of your career, all you want is the opportunity to win when you haven't won, you know. Having been in the playoff, like really deep into the playoff that much in my career, I played a little bit here in 2014, a bench role, but I didn't really get into many games. Then with the Marlins in a shortened season in 2020, we made it to the playoff, but coming back here gave me the hope and the belief that I was able to do it. I was going to be able to go to the World Series and win one. So that's kind of like what I felt I needed to do in that time of my career, and it was perfect because 2023, it was a year where we won a lot of games in the regular season, but that doesn't mean anything. All you have to do is go into the playoff and win there, you know, for everybody to remember you. We got swept, and we felt like we needed to do a lot of things better for the chance to win a World Series. So I think that 2023 season helped us a lot, understanding what we needed to do going forward to be better equipped to win in October. So for me, it was a dream getting traded here. And when I received that call, I remember they asked me, "Are you okay coming to the Dodgers and being in a different role than during the Marlins right now?" Because I was an everyday shortstop over there. And I told them, "Hey, whoever that get a call that's gonna be playing for the best team in baseball and tell you no, that's crazy." So yeah, I'm excited to be a Dodger again and can't wait to go back home.
How much time did it take you to decide that you were going to be signing with the Dodgers again? Was it instant?
No,
You're like,
it wasn't the same call. They made it really easy on me. Front office right away when they told me, "Hey, we got two things for you. We're gonna trade for you, and we're gonna extend you. We're gonna give you another year of contract." So it's really hard to say no. When they care about not just you as a player, but you as a person, because they know it's a big move. At the time, for me, for the family, I'm all the way in Miami. I have my life there. But like I said, you play baseball for so long, and you don't even know when your last year is going to be. So for me, it was. I started to think about like the end of my career is going to be sooner than when I started my season and my whole life. So for me, it was a no-brainer to come back to the Dodgers.
Most players don't even get to play in a World Series, let alone win two of them. And you saying you think about your career, how much is left in the tank? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think this is it. This is gonna be my last year playing. I just believe that is the right timing for my life and where I'm at with my kids and my family and the time away from them. The last 4 years, it's been an unbelievable run. I feel like I accomplished everything that I wanted in my career. But obviously this year is really important, continue to help the team win, continue to make them feel that I can still do something for the team to get to where we want to get is important to me. So I don't like talking too much about okay, what is in the future, because I want to stay present. I want to stay in this moment, but definitely thinking about everything else, I feel like it's time for me to start a new journey, which is being at home a little bit more, starting to learn from the different part of the game. And obviously after that, I have my mentality and my goal is to be a manager at some point one day. So I need to learn a lot from the different part of baseball that I can help me later in my career to get there. So I think it's time, but at the end of the day, it's not my decision. It's kind of like how baseball works. Let's see how the rest of the season goes, and hopefully if we win another World Series, I can say no to another contract to trying to win 4 in a row. So yeah, there's a lot of things in my mind that I have to kind of go through whenever the season's over.
What does your wife say?
She wants me home. So for me, it's all about them. It's all about having the opportunity to be there at home for them, especially for my kids that are growing, and support my wife as well. So it's tough because I still feel like I can play, and that's not the reason why I'm not gonna play anymore. The reason is something bigger, which is family, and we all know with everything that's happening in the world, what's happening in my country recently, really hard to put into context how important it is to be present with them, because it's stressing, when you're kind of like far away most of the year, and then you have to be kind of like talking to them on the phone and FaceTime. Sometimes you feel like it's time to go home and be with them more time than not.
I know what happened recently in Venezuela would certainly make you think about family and the time that you spend. I know your wife and your children were 2 blocks away from the building that collapsed there. Can you just take me through the initial moments when you found out what had happened with the earthquakes, and were you able to get in touch with your family, and what those hours and days looked like immediately after?
Yeah, it was really tough. We were in Minnesota, about to go in the game. I wasn't playing that game. I wasn't starting, so I was on my phone a little bit, and I was trying to say, some things to my kids and stuff because they're in Venezuela, and it's not the same. When they're in Miami, it's a little easier for me to get a hold of them. But then I receive a voicemail from my wife with this voice that I felt like I never heard her voice, kind of like on that, like that much of pressure and under a lot of panic, and I don't know what was what was happening at the moment. But she told me that just an earthquake hit. She was trying to go down with the kids, getting out of the building. But at that time, it was kind of like the worst stop for me because I didn't know what was going on. I went online and I saw that a 7.5 earthquake hit just Caracas and La Guaira, and then all of a sudden I get on social media and I see people reacting that we gotta be careful, we gotta get outside, buildings are collapsing, and then like my heart drops for like maybe the last 10 or 20 minutes until they got down there, they called me, and they're safe, but at the same time they're not, because you never know when it's gonna happen again, and if the building is gonna collapse and they're not gonna be in a good shape. So for me, it was stressful at the beginning, and it's stressful the whole time until I get them back 2 days ago, because for them being so far away, for me being here and just trying to play every single day through that, it was really difficult. But I'm glad that nothing happened to them, but at the same time, I'm really sorry and heartbroken by all the people who lose everything, for families to lose members that they couldn't really find after everything that happened, especially in the city of La Guaira, a city where I played for my whole career in Venezuela, in Winnable. It's really heartbroken, and kind of trying to do everything that I can to help now and help in the future too, because this is not just a trend. This is going to be something that Venezuela is going to need a lot of help.
The devastation is unfathomable. The images are heartbreaking. What is it that you would want people to know about what Venezuela is going to need in the coming weeks and probably years to recover from this?
Yeah, Venezuela is going to need a lot of help, especially relocating these people that lost everything, and not just life, but they lost their home, they lost their place to work. A lot of people are going to be needing help going forward, not just with basic stuff that people are working really hard towards sending over there to Venezuela to help the initial problems that we're going to have. We're going to need a lot of help to get these people relocated and for them to have another home, because it's going to be really hard for it's not just 50 families. We're talking about 30,000 people, 60,000 people that are kind of affected by this tragedy. And I feel like our work right now is going to have to be like being on top of the stuff that we can do to get the funds and trying to send them over there to the right people for them to kind of help the necessities of the Venezuelans that need to get back home, because it's going to take a long time to rebuild everything that it was destroyed by this. It's really hard to put into context and into words, because I don't really know why Venezuela have to go through so many moments like this. Not just too long ago, in 1999, we have the tragedy of Vargas in the same state, and it's really hard for me to kind of put this into words right now, because it's really hard to know what is going to be needing. So that's why we need to pay attention to what the people are asking, and that's why I'm working really close with foundations and Dodgers Foundation to trying to do whatever they need, but at the right time, because we don't know what they're going to need and when it's going to happen.
Yeah. A pretty emotional moment with Eliezer Alfonso getting his first major league at bat the other night and getting the standing ovation from the crowd. What was, your conversation with him leading into that, and what did you think of the crowd getting behind him like that?
Yeah, when he just got called up, I was so happy for him, happy for his family. I got the opportunity to play with his dad in Venezuela, and his dad is a legend in Venezuela. He's a guy who, not just on the field, but off the field, create a lot of impact on Venezuelan people, and everybody love him. Eliezer Alfonso Sr. is one of the most loved players that I ever played with in Venezuela, and then his son is just getting the opportunity to play in the big leagues while you're looking for your sister and looking for your mother-in-law to kind of feel that you're full and connected to everybody. I can only imagine how hard it was for Eliezer's dad to be in that situation over there, and how stressful it was for him. But at the same time, you're receiving an opportunity that you've been waiting for your whole life. It's really hard to be in this moment and staying present, but he's been doing an amazing job, and I just try to be in the clubhouse, someone that he can feel comfortable with, part of his family, and for him to know that I'm always going to be here, and the organization is going to help him with anything that he needs, if he ever needs anything.
Yeah. Going back to something you said a few minutes ago about wanting to be a manager, have you talked to Dave Roberts about that?
Yeah.
What does he tell you?
Yeah, we had.
I could see this, by the way, for you, Miggy. I could see this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ever gonna happen.
What
because,
do you mean?
There's a lot of things that have to be kind of like on the same page for you to get this opportunity. A team that needs a manager, people who believe in you and kind of like want you to lead a project, a process. That's something that you never know if it's gonna get to you. But I don't wanna go like too far forward. I just wanna be prepared for the opportunity if I ever get it, And that's why being next to Doc, being next to the Dodgers organization and the front office, and know how they run things and know how they never panic when there's tough moments. I think that's the most important part. Learning from them is not just learning the game. It's learning how he treats personalities, how he really cares about the families, the foundation of the all the characters that we have in this clubhouse. Because you're not just managing a team, you're managing the best team that have the most expectations to win every single night. And for order to do that, you have to learn your players. You have to learn your people, and he is really good about that. He really cares about the person more than the player. And obviously, if you have this person happy, he's gonna perform for you, and you're always gonna get the best out of that player, regardless of what happened and the results out there on the field. So that's one of the things that I've been learning the last couple of years from Doc, and I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to live firsthand and right behind him and right next to him what it is to win almost 1,000 games next to me, because we won a lot together the last 3 years, but he's having an amazing career, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Hall of Famer after a couple more championships.
Speaking of the characters in the clubhouse, right? Who is the guy that brings the most lightness to the clubhouse?
I think there's a couple guys in this clubhouse that they're really easy to like. One of them, obviously, coming from a different culture and being in this clubhouse and being quiet and all about his work, but when he show up on the field, he's one of the best. It's Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I think not many people talk about that and talk about his personal kind of lifestyle, but I feel like it's really easy to like that guy, because he's coming to work every single day to get better. He's doing his work. You can see his work ethic. You can see every time he takes the mound, he do it with a demeanor of like, this is something that I'm gonna do today to help us win, and that's what you want, Other guy that always it's really easy to be next to him is Kike Hernandez. When he's not just in the clubhouse, but when he's on the field, he's a leader by example, and I feel like that's something that you always need in the clubhouse. Obviously, Freddie Freeman, fan favorite, and everybody kind of love him for the things that he do out there. But I feel like for us in the clubhouse, it's a really good example, because it doesn't matter what's going on in his life, with his health, if he's tired, if he's good, he's gonna be out there playing for us. So he plays a lot of innings for the Dodgers, and I feel like that's really important to have in a clubhouse. Hae-Sung Kim from Korea, he's one of the best teammates that you can have. He's always energetic, always happy, a great guy, and he's a young player that kind of follows the rules and kind of like he wants to fit in, he wants to be in this club, and I'm really happy for him that he got the opportunities that he had here before, and looking forward to see him again.
Who's the one player you wouldn't want to fall asleep next to on the team plane?
That's a tough one because I never sleep on the plane. That's a problem.
Because you have to keep yourself awake because
No,
you never know what someone's up to.
We play a lot of cards on the
Okay.
plane. We listen to music. We never sleep on the plane. This is actually crazy. The guys who are always playing cards, last year I don't think we slept 1 hour in all the trips that we have. But if I have to say I don't want to sleep next to someone, it would be maybe Max Muncy. I think.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like he will be. I don't know. He will be. I don't know. I just throw you a name out there, and I don't have a really good reason for it.
Because I thought you'd say Kike for that one.
No, because he's always next to us, and I know he's not going to be sleeping, so that's why I would say Muncy to throw a name out there.
Who's the best card player?
We got a couple. Tommy Edman is really smart. Freddie can play too, but I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm the best card player on the team.
There you go. Thank you so much. It was
course.
great to talk with you.
For sure. Thank you.